Okay, folks, I'm Dave from MyGunValues.com, and hallelujah, the good Lord has finally blessed us with a day without rain out here. And those are few and far between here this year. So I've got quite a bit of shooting I'm going to do today. We'll be posting these videos over the next few weeks, but we're going to start off here with the 375 H&H, the series where I've been doing the reduced loads. If you look, you'll see that I have a target set up at 25 yards. I've got a box of factory Federal Premiums here. I want to get this on paper before we try to shoot the reduced loads, because if they don't shoot to the same point of aim, what's the point? So, and the chronograph, of course, is having fits because we're having shadows. I may have to put the lights on that here. Okay, so without further ado, and the chronograph already aired out, so be it. Oh, it caught that though. We got 2448, if you can't see it. And we're off just a little to the left side of the target, but that should be acceptable to try it at 100. So now I got to reset some cameras here. There's a reason that they don't sell a lot of 375s, and I'm not going to shoot this with the full power loads any more than I have to. So I'm going to do some, you can't see him, but I'm out at my buddy Dick's range because mine's still underwater, and he's back here laughing like crazy. So, because he kind of agrees with me. So at any rate, I'm going to reset all the cameras, and we're going to set up and see if we can get it on paper at 100. Okay, folks, I've got the cameras reset, the close-up and the long one here. I'm going to try her at 100, and I am not shooting this thing off the bench. For those of you who's never tried, when you sit down and lean in behind a gun, it drives it more straight back at you, especially something this large. And, you know, before those of you post comments, yeah, I know, 458 Win Mag, you know, 416 Weatherby, 416 Remington. Yeah, I know they have a lot more recoil, but there's a reason you haven't seen any of those in my videos too. So we'll see what we can get this thing on paper with a few at 100 here. And I'm going to use my other camera. Pardon me walking out of the shot here. Huh. I don't see anything on paper, but I thought I did after I fired, so. Well, folks, I guess I am going to have to shoot it off the bench. There's nothing on paper, so as much as I don't want to do this. And that's why you don't shoot it off the bench.
Hit it.
All right. I think I just heard Dick say I hit it.
You're about 3 inches on the left border.
Yep, I see it. That'll show up good in the camera when they watch this on YouTube. Okay, we're definitely shooting to the left. It's just amplified from the, you know, at the longer range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut everything down, and I'm going to adjust these sights, and I'll bring you back and show you what I'm doing. Okay, what we did is we went up, we put a piece of tape on the sight base and the barrel to protect it, and we used a brass punch, and we moved this sight over about 1/8 of an inch, give or take. I didn't take an actual measurement on it, but my friend whose house I'm at here used to be a gunsmith, so, or still is a gunsmith, so we took best guess. That's the thing when you're drifting sights, that's really all you can do. So let's try her again. Yep, I'd say that's a pretty good guess, folks. We just got to raise it up a little bit, and that's actually in the way I'm holding the gun with this particular sight. So I can do that without making any adjustments. So I'm going to shut her down, get set up with the reduced loads, and then we're gonna start shooting those. So I'll be back with you here in just a minute. So for those of you who watched the whole loading series, you saw me make this paper up with the different charges and the different powders. It's really important when you start with a particular powder, you work your way through it. If you get one for some reason that's too hot, you can stop. You definitely don't want to start with the highest one. So we have 15 rounds here that are loaded with 5744. So we're going to start with those and work our way through, and if the chronograph will cooperate, when it reads a speed, we'll be writing down the speed of each load. And it's also very important to take the same point of aim on the paper so that you're getting good, because eventually what these bullets should do is start rising vertically, and then you should get to a point where they start clustering pretty well. So that's the game plan. So without further ado, let's see what we can do here. And we're going to start with 26.6 grains of 5744. Again, these are 235 grain Speer hot core bullets. Okay, that one was 1330. And that's what I was saying. These 375s seem to want to shoot to the same point of aim at 100 yards. That one went to 1465. Now that was 27.1 grains. So it stepped up quite a bit. Again, all we're looking for in this exercise is a practice load. See, that was 1433, so there's some standard deviation going on here. That one was 1541. The other thing that should happen is they should start, the standard deviation should start coming down when you get a good load too, as a general rule. $15.73. How we doing, Dick? Are you watching?
You really want to know?
Huh?
I can only see 2-3 holes in the paper.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, look at that. You probably see better. They might be all clustered around that one hole. I don't know.
Yeah, we got a bunch that are low. So this sometimes you'll get a load that the faster it shoots, the lower it drops, and that seems to be what's going on here. So we'll just keep on going. $14.97, and that was 29.1 grades. We're stepping up at half grade increments here. That one came back up.
I see another hole in the paper now.
Yeah, it came back up, and but these are starting to go to the right now.
They're low and right.
Yeah, they're low and right. So we'll just keep on going. 29.6 grains of 5744.
That's right back in about the center.
Yeah, like I said, the exercise in doing it this way, eventually we'll get them that group. We'll get a bunch that'll group together, hopefully. 1566.
That opened up one hole down there a little more.
Center or right?
Oh, just a hair left it.
Okay.
But right where all those groups are going
Okay.
now, not before.
Like I said, hopefully they'll, yeah, I see it. Hopefully they'll, this will show up a lot better when Bill processes it and puts it up for them. That one's 1542. As typical with 5744, there's some unburned powder down the barrel. Don't worry about it. That one should be high and right. That was 1608 as far as feet per second goes. But I pulled that one and I felt it. Well, it's right. It's just a little low, actually. Okay, we got 5 more with the 5744.
How warm the barrel feel?
Not bad. Just warm to the touch. These reduced loads aren't going to heat you up too bad. $16.48. Looks like they're starting to draw back into the center the faster they go. $16.84. Yep, they're starting to cluster back to the center. They're still a little low, but that doesn't bother me. That was 1664, which is the same as the last one. And the last one with 5744, I stopped at 33.6 grains for my maximum on this reduced load. The standard deviation really stayed the same through those last 4 rounds. So that's probably going to be our sweet spot with that load. And it is. Yeah, they're low, but open sights at 100 yards, I'll take that group all day long. So I'm going to put up some new targets, and we're going to change over to some of these other powders, and I'll be back with you.